Right now at noon, we're hearing from the Biden administration about a plan to bring better internet access to the Commonwealth, where things stand right now, and preparing incarcerated people for a life outside of Metro Corrections, how community leaders are connecting people to resources today. Plus, Metro Council is set to pore over this year's city spending plan, where almost half of the billion-dollar budget could go, and the organization that won't see a dime. WHAS11 News at noon starts right now. Thanks for joining us here at noon, everybody. I'm Grace McKenna filling in for Brooke Hash today. It is going to be an absolutely blisteringly hot start to the week and a week to continue, Christina. It sounds like it's just going to be warm across the board.
It's going to be an absolute scorcher for us here in Kentucky and really across much of the Ohio Valley. We're going to see those temperatures spike into the middle 90s just about every day this week. And outside right now, we're already pushing 90 degrees. In fact, we're at 89 right now in Louisville, 93 in Springfield, even just by the lunchtime hour. But you factor in that humidity, and here's how it's actually feeling outside. It feels like 101 for the first time this year around Springfield. It feels like 98 in Jasper, and then feeling like 96 already here in Louisville, and we'll continue to see those temperatures climb before the day is done. Again, it's not just us. We have much of the Ohio Valley under some sort of heat warning. So we have excessive heat warnings there in northern Indiana, and then a heat advisory off to our northeast. Now into the next couple of hours, once again going to see temperatures top out in the middle 90s here in Louisville, but feeling a little bit hotter than that again, factoring in that dew point. We could see a quick spot shower, but it's not going to be a day ruiner, and in fact you might actually feel lucky to see it because it'll cool you down ever so slightly, but it will be very short-lived if you do get one of those downpours, only going to last about 5 to 10 minutes. As we go into the overnight hours, though, we're really not going to be cooling off much at all, only falling down into the middle 70s. Now, coming up here in just about 15 minutes, I'll tell you what the hottest day of the week is going to be. Grace?
Christina, thank you. This week, all eyes are on Metro Council as it gears up to vote on the city's $1 billion budget for the upcoming fiscal year. There's a special budget meeting planned for today to discuss some of the biggest line items. Mayor Craig Greenberg has already laid out a proposal with particular emphasis on public safety. $432 million would go to Louisville Fire, EMS, and LMPD. Mayor Greenberg has said the money will be used to update facilities, retain and recruit personnel, and buy technology for the departments. Louisville Fire specifically said its $87 million slice would mainly go to raises and overtime. Fire Chief Brian O'Neill also argued those raises are much deserved.
We've had a couple that are really in the public eye recently, but our members do this stuff day in and day out all the time. They take a tremendous amount of risk. They put their health on the line. Mayor Greenberg was very, very forward with us. That he's like, look, I'm here for public safety. He's talked about that, and this budget shows it.
While there is more than $1 billion there in the budget, there are several organizations that would see budget cuts. The mayor's office said that's because federal American Rescue Plan money is drying up this year. Some nonprofits are included in those cuts. Under the mayor's budget last year, the Center for Neighborhoods got $50,000, and in this year's proposal, it would get nothing.
We were able to sit down and think about this situation. But I know a lot of other organizations, this really caught them off guard.
Mayor Greenberg has proposed more than $32 million go to affordable housing and plans to open one building of the new community care campus this year. Metro Council will vote on the full budget this Thursday. Governor Andy Beshear is joining officials from the Biden administration today to talk about next steps for Kentucky's Internet for All initiative. It's part of a $65 billion federal grant program designed to expand affordable and reliable high-speed Internet access across the United States. It also aims to tackle digital equity by helping people get access to the digital world regardless of socioeconomic status or other factors. Today's announcement started at 11:30. We'll have more in our 12:30 half hour. Right now, Metro Police are investigating after 2 people were hurt in a shooting in downtown Louisville. Police say it happened just before 6 yesterday morning on Magazine Street, about a block from the Chestnut Street YMCA. When officers arrived, they say they found a woman who had been grazed by a gunshot. She was taken to U of L Hospital. Just as LMPD began its investigation, officers say they were informed a man arrived at the hospital by private means with a gunshot wound. Police believe they are victims of the same shooting. Both are expected to survive. And police are also looking into a stabbing in downtown. Police say officers were called to the Dosker Manor public housing complex just before 8 last night, where they found a man with a stab wound to his arm. Officers learned from the victim and witnesses the incident actually happened an hour earlier at the intersection of Preston and Market Streets, about half a mile away. LMPD said the man was taken to U of L Hospital and is expected to survive. There are no suspects in either of these incidents, so if you know anything, you're asked to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. And police are also asking for your help finding a man that LMPD says is behind several burglaries. Take a look at these pictures LMPD did post to social media. Police believe the man, shown here with a car, has been involved in a string of burglaries from May 15th to June 6th. They happened in the areas of St. Andrew's Church Road, Arnoldtown Road, and 3rd Street. If you know anything, call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Kentucky State Police believe they found the remains of 8-month-old Maya Rudd. KSP said it found the remains inside the family's home in Reynolds Station Friday afternoon. Reynolds Station is in Ohio County, just 90 miles southwest of Louisville. Police have been searching for baby Maya since last Thursday, but she was reportedly last seen at the end of April. As part of the investigation, a total of 8 people have now been arrested, including Maya's parents and both sets of grandparents. Kentucky State Trooper Corey King describes their findings at the home.
One of our investigators was searching one particular room of the house under a bunch of debris, and in a concealed manner they located a baby's body consistent of Maya Rudd. She was decomposed to some extent.
KSP has charged Maya's parents, Tesla Tucker and Cage Rudd, as well as Ricky Smith and Brody Payne in connection to the discovery of the body. All 4 are accused of abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and failure to report a person's death. The remains will first head to the county coroner's office before being taken to the Kentucky Medical Examiner's office here in Louisville. Officials have yet to confirm that the body found is Maya. Today, the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections held its first community resource fair for people incarcerated there. LMDC worked with 12 community partners that will be at LMDC, sharing information and answering questions about the services they provide regarding post-release services. Some of the community partners include treatment and mental health facilities and officials from the Goodwill Opportunity Center and the Louisville Urban League.
It's a great opportunity just for the individuals in our care to learn, what else is out there. The work doesn't stop when they leave our doors, so they need those services and that continuum of care when they go out into the community. So we just want to do as much as we can while they're here so they know where they can continue to get the help that they need.
LMDC says it hopes to have fairs like this throughout the year. Heads up for you here, if you drive downtown, starting today, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet will begin inspecting the I-65 bridge overpass above Kentucky and Brook Streets. While there are no lane closures planned, KYTC says some may pop up during the inspection. So be cautious of road crews if you're driving in the area. The inspections are from 9 until 3 today and tomorrow.